Video transcript. Patreon vote topic results. www.patreon.com violence. One question I get on a fairly regular basis during my game development career is, what is a metagame? There are actually two kinda similar, but pretty distinct things we refer to as metagame, and in this edition of Violence, a series about video games and video game design, I am going to talk about both and explain what they are. Metagame is a term that can be broadly defined as a game beyond the game. However, depending on the context, it can mean one of two things. First, let's talk about the mechanical metagame. Every game has a set of systems, mechanics, entities and loops that can be defined as the core gameplay. For example, Hearthstone's core gameplay is the battle between you and the opponent with a chosen class or deck. In Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, the main gameplay is going around the open world, taking and completing missions where you engage with the core mechanics of stealth, navigation and combat. There are different kinds of missions, from assassination to chase ones, from main ones to side ones, but they all utilize the core gameplay one way or another. Metagame systems, however, do not. They are looping systems that wrap themselves around the core gameplay. They can affect it, but they do not take part in it. Let's take Hearthstone's daily quest system. For example, each day you receive a quest. The quest gives you gold. You can use that gold to make a purchase, usually a card pack. That card pack then gives you cards that you can use to build your decks. That will help you complete more quests. That's Hearthstone's mechanical metagame. While the quests provide goals to build and during the matches, and the rewards of the metagame loop are helpful for the core gameplay, the systems do not actually utilize the in-game matches directly in any way, and you can do that loop, well, indefinitely. Now, stuff like Lineage and Tavern Brawl are essentially on the same level as the ranked casual matches. They are alternative modes of the core gameplay, but not part of a metagame system. In Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, we have the Brotherhood metagame loop. You can find assassin recruits in the world, and recruit them to call upon when needed. But the main way to upgrade the recruits to eventually initiate them into the other is to participate in the metagame of sending them around Europe to get XP and also additional rewards for you. The economy system where buying things in the city will make you money over time is also essentially a metagame. Basically, most mechanical metagames evolve around some sort of progression, an economy that wrap around the core gameplay without directly utilizing it. These systems are usually created with the purpose of providing additional mid and long-term goals to the players, to keep them engaged with the core gameplay for longer. Now, let's talk about the emergent metagame. This type of metagame is specific mostly to competitive games, and is about strategies that players utilize and knowledge of those strategies to define your actions. As an example, if in Hearthstone, at the moment of writing this, you go against a mage, chances are you are going to face one of the specific archetypes players use currently. Knowing that this might be one of these archetypes, you then play accordingly as you figure out in your first turns what the opponent's deck is and how to best utilize your own to beat theirs. You might even face a mirror match and utilize the same archetype. So, knowing the current meta means to keep playing over and over until you start seeing repeating patterns. Well, with the current age of internet, go to a site that tracks that sort of stuff. Depending on the game. The thing is, though, emergent metagame lives and changes over time. A couple years ago, it was hard to find a variety that was not a pirate one. but nowadays more control archetypes have resurged, from Dead Man's Hand Warrior to Outcast Taunt Warrior. Back, the name's a handful. The meta is represented in a variety of different ways depending on the game genre, from timing and army composition in strategy games to team equipment and approach rules in team shooter games. The important aspect is the knowledge of what the opponent might be doing to figure it out under play act counters. The cycle of a metagame can be divided in 5 phases. Phase 1. Experimentation. This is the moment when everything is new. People are going wild with strategies and approaches, and getting really creative. Phase 2. Stabilization. During the experimentation stage, some very efficient strategies would have been found and become often used. What would then follow is the process of finding counters to those strategies, and maybe even counters to those counters. The established strategies would also start to figure out how to defend better against the counters. Basically, this is the stage when everything tries to balance itself out. Phase 3. Meta solved. Eventually, though, comes a point when all strategies are known. Counters to them too, and it mostly becomes a matter of skill and meta knowledge to stay competitive. It's inadvisable, though, for a game to stay in this phase for long, since it can become quite stale for a big number of people, which is why the next step is very important. Phase 4. The shake-up. The reset of the meta, basically, can be manifested in the following forms. The shake-up sends the meta back to the start of the cycle, the experimentation stage, though the length of the data and stabilization depends on how powerful the shake-up was. To keep the meta healthy and players engaged, it is important for the cycle to restart pretty regularly. I have noticed that a lot of games took to their liking to do it. Medium-sized shake-up approximately every 3 months and a huge shake-up every year or so, though of course it depends on the game and its community. So, to recap, a metagame is a game beyond the game loop wrapping itself around the core gameplay experience. It can take form of systems created by developers, or strategies used by players, and the latter one needs regular shake-ups to prevent the meta from becoming stale, which can lead to a loss of interest in the game among a hefty part of the player base. Thank you all for watching. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any comments, feel free to leave them below. A special thank you goes to my Patreon supporters. A new poll for the next Violence video is up. A choice between 2 topics, one regarding what makes good collectibles, and another regarding what makes good achievements. If you do like to take part in choosing what my next video will be, feel free to support my campaign at Patreon.com/Violence. And if you have enjoyed the video, hit up that like and subscribe button. Thank you very much. Special thank you to this video is supported by Patreon. www.patreon.com/Violence. Violence has a Discord server focused on gathering people interested in talking about games and game design. Feel free to join at
FARLANDER1991.
Mobile developer Gamasutra have secured $145 million in strategic financing to support its various acquisition and global growth initiatives. The news comes shortly after the Harry Potter Hogwarts mystery creator laid off an unknown number of staff as a result of organizational changes. It also follows the company's decision to open a new studio in Canada to facilitate the purchase of the Bingo Pop franchise from Yukon Games, and the signing of a multi-year development deal with Disney. Gamasutra president and Q. Josh Gatto said the cash injection will also help the long-based developer expand its core franchises and live game operations. Gamasutra is executing ambitious plans for new game development, expansion of car franchise games, and building the industry's very best live game operations, commented Idado. Additional investment in our creative and technical operations further position Gamasutra as the premier partner for RIP owners, game development studios, and industry talent worldwide. One of the most common actions performed in VR is taking objects, moving,